open this up to reveal the figure. Hello there, Optimus Prime here. Now, we all know that Hasbro love a repaint. They will repaint anything, especially if it's a popular character. You'll have 417,000 bumblebees, of which maybe a dozen molds. You'll have all of the Seekers repainted left, right and centre all of the time. They've been doing it since G.I and probably even before that with Action Man, I suppose. Action Man, G.I. Joe, obviously. And obviously Optimus Prime's. A huge number of the figures I have in my collection are basically repaints of the same figure. So it comes as no real surprise that this week G.I. Joe announced a brand new Snake Eyes action figure. Now this one is surprisingly a repaint of one of their other Snake Eyes action figures. And I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to do a review of a repaint of a Snake Eyes action figure. This time it's G.I. Joe X Fortnite, or Fortnite X G.I. Joe Snake Eyes 0 Point Edition. I got this week. It's been around for a little while. I haven't really opened the box yet. I thought I'd do that here while you watch. How exciting for you all. And then I thought what I might do is do a little comparison between this Snake Eyes and this pile of Snake Eyes I have here. Excellent. Right, well, to booth mode. Yo, booth mode. Okay, so here it is, the box, which I've already opened and had a little bit of a look at, but haven't really got too far into it. So it's in this nice slipcase with the Fortnite X G.I. Joe logo, a nice rendering of Snake Eyes as he appears in Fortnite. Snake Eyes 0 Point Edition. Oh, a little hologram showing that it is a real thing. 8+, so don't be 7. Epic Games and Hasbro logos. The side has nothing on it. The back has a picture of Snake Eyes, the toy, rather than the rendering from the game. Various logos, various warnings and information, and then all of his accessories, which, for a nice change, they aren't the standard accessories that come with just about every other version of Snake Eyes, but they are modelled on the Fortnite Weaponry. And some more logos and stuff. Nothing on the side, nothing really on the top or the bottom. So let's slip off the cover. Just about got enough room to do. Pop that up there. And then here we have two sides to this with the logos and the Snake Eyes. It's meant to be this way around, but all the writing's the other way around, but that's fine. And then we can just open this up to reveal the figure. Now, I gotta say, in terms of packaging, if you already had enough Snake Eyeses that you wanted out of the box, you could quite happily leave this one inside, because this actual display looks pretty nice. I don't have enough space for things in boxes, so he will be coming out and he will be getting displayed out of box. Although part of me thinks I might just keep him in. Well, I'm going to get him out for the purpose of the review, so I will do that. So we have Snake Eyes himself. He's a slight redeco of the previous versions of this mold. The first appearances, he doesn't look terribly different. If anything, there's a bit of more grey on him, sort of a darker grey for his bodysuit, some lighter grey touches on the trousers. The original renderings of this did look a bit more different, but it's difficult because the figure is based on, the in-game rendering is based on the figure from the Classified series, so therefore you couldn't really make the action figure different to the game rendering, as that's already based on a figure, and if you've already got the mold for the figure, what's the point in making a new mold? Makes no sense. But yeah, the little touches of the deco are pretty cool, but they're not massively different. He does have a new accessory that's popped onto his body there, a sort of bandolier of glitter bombs. Glitter bombs? Yeah, disco grenades. Which has another one there, but these two are completely different sizes, which, well, you know, that's just a thing, I suppose. And then we have his usual Snake Eyes sword with his sheath, and there are Ashikage markings there. And then we have some Fortnite weaponry, including a snowball grenade, an SMG, a harpoon gun, a grenade, a plunger launcher thing, which I've forgotten the name of, a grenade launcher, and an alternate hand with a shuriken, which doesn't come with most of the other versions of this figure, but it did come with the SDCC 00 Snake Eyes, the first ever classified series figure that was released. So there we go, that's some knowledge for you. Now I'm going to try and get him out of here. Let's try some of the accessories first, see how, actually, let's pop this out. Now, one thing that's slightly annoying about the display case ability of this is this piece of informational gump, which will just go in the bin, because nobody wants that. And then there's a little blue piece of card that covers up the back. So this is obviously before they started doing the all cardboard packaging. Although most of this is cardboard, it's just this one piece of plastic. So it is less than normal, but not completely plastic free. Let's just slip that back in there. Get it out the way. Put that up there. And let's pop this out. Oh, that was a good. Oh, that was a good start, wasn't it? That literally has just gone in my bin. Well, there we go. Let's find that in a minute. That's a grenade. Plunger gun. I should give it to what that was called. I do play Fortnite. I don't remember what things are called though, because I'm old. And there's his grenade launcher, harpoon gun, SMG. It's on the floor. The grenade. That's that. And his sheath for his sword. Quite well in there. There we go. And the sword slide out there. And there he comes. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, just pause briefly to retrieve the shuriken hand. Yeah, there we go. It's pretty cool. Nice shiny silver, but we'll get back to that in a second. Okay, let's have a look at the actual figure. So now that we can see him properly, the disco ball grenade is pretty nice there on his chest, sort of bandolier there, with a hole at the back so you can still slot in his sheath for his sword. The shiny plastic, the shiny black, is really quite shiny under these lights. Looks really glossy and nice, and it does show quite a contrast between that and the undersuit, which is this sort of dark grey colour. Still a little bit shiny. I think I would have preferred that to be matte, but hey, that's just me. And when looking at it properly in the light, there is a fair bit of difference between the colours here. It doesn't look just like he's a black figure. His legs, again, it's sort of a dark grey, almost black pants, with some dark grey accents around the knees for his knee pads, and then some lighter grey accents for these panels here. Again, it's not massively different from any of the other versions. I'll do a comparison in a moment. But yeah, and as standard with the G.I. Joe Classifieds and most of the Hasbro mainline 6-inch figures these days, it has sort of the standard articulation, so ab crunch, ball joint on the head with also a swivel joint, whatever that joint is, and there's another joint in the neck as well. So there's a lot of playability there. There's a lot of movement, great for posing. And with the shoulders, they can go out probably about, yeah, that's as far as they go. They won't go up any higher. You've got a bicep swivel, double jointed shoulder, and the hands have got a bit of motion up and down, as well as a full 360 swivel. Yep, and the legs, waist does move. It's on a sort of almost a ball joint, and the ab crunch, as we mentioned. The legs are fully movable that way. Go back so far, but not too far, because they're impeded by his buttocks. Can go out. You can probably move that holster out of the way. Interestingly, okay, we'll talk about that in a second. And then double jointed knees, so you can do full back. This looks weird though at the front, sort of weird stretched knee. Anyway, and then you've got swivel at the shins, and the feet have got a fair bit of movement, sort of backwards and forwards, and then a tilt as well. So again, standard stuff as far as that's concerned, and if you have any experience with this figure at all in any of his other myriad versions, there are zero surprises. I will say that actually looking at it in this light, the paint job is pretty nice. It is slightly more premium finish than some of the other versions, which you would expect, because this set, for a single 6-inch action figure with a bunch of accessories, runs at about, I think I paid off Hasbro Pulse about £43. That might have included postage, I can't remember exactly, but still, it's almost double the standard price for one of these figures. Well, the standard price for one of these figures a little while ago, as the prices are constantly going upwards at the moment, unfortunately. But that is the way of the world. There's not really a lot we can do about it. Oops. So let's bring him in a bit for a closer look. So we've got the Arashikage symbol just there. His visor is nice and silver. It's very nice, shiny silver. The head is very shiny. Again, the disco ball grenades, which I'm sure are called something else. I'm gonna be mocked relentlessly by Fortnite fans. Other details, so the Arashikage symbol is belt, and again the lighter grey detailings, the darker grey of the bodysuit, the shiny gloss of his armour, and again the back there, just about to see there's 2 or 3 different colours at play. It doesn't really help that the 2 or 3 different colours at play are all blacks and greys, so out of really good light, he'll look predominantly, well, black. He has actually another Arashikage symbol on his back here, which has been drilled through to enable you to peg in his sheath. So his back bling, to use the Fortnite parlance, is his sheath and sword. And there we go, that goes in, oops, off shot, sorry. It's a bit awkward because not really. The thing with these that I've probably mentioned before is that the hull is actually like 3 layers down. So you've got this bandolier, and then the body armor is actually a separate rubbery plastic piece, and then his actual body that you're pegging into is quite far down, but I have managed it. So we can pop that in and pop that round that way, I think. And then we can sheath his sword thusly. And there we go. Back bling achieved. His sword is also his harvesting tool, I believe, in when you have him in Fortnite. So you might want to equip him with said sword, or not. I'm going to pop it back in the sheath and leave it there. Oh, interestingly, it does have the Articulation symbol, which you probably can't quite see, etched into the sword, but it has not been painted. And the sword blade also has not been painted, which is not unusual, to be honest, with this particular figure. Let's have a quick look at some of the other accessories. I imagine these are standard for some of the other Fortnite figures, but I haven't bought any of these 6-inch Fortnite figures because that's a rabbit hole I don't feel I want to go down. The SMG, 2 colours, standard, just it's fairly rubbery plastic actually. Three colours on the the harpoon gun, although one of them is the black plastic it's moulded in, and the shuriken hand, which I'm not going to put on, but you get the idea. Grenade moulded in sort of silvery plastic, again one piece, not particularly exciting. Grenade launcher is pretty cool, but again this is one piece solid plastic. It would be nice if it had maybe a rotating barrel, or maybe even a hole in the actual barrel itself. Yeah, rotating grenade drum rather, not a barrel. It's the barrel. And because it's one piece, it's a little bit bendy. And again, it's this sort of rubbery plastic. It's not great. I doubt I will display him with any of these accessories. There's a sticky grenade, plunger grenade, you plunge it onto things. And this grenade, which it's kind of ridiculous because he has a bandolier with them on, and then this one is like 3 times the size and looks stupid. And the snowball grenade, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, that's him in all of his glory. Let's compare him to some of the other Snake Eyes. Now, one of the more recent ones is this dude, which is the movie version of Snake Eyes. So he has quite a different look. I say quite a different look. He is very much similar. Black body armor, shiny black bits. He has the sword. He has the Arashikage symbol. Some red accents on his knees. But yeah, he's pretty much like Snake Eyes, isn't he? So he looks like Snake Eyes. Oops. Let's put him front and center. You stay there. The next one I'm going to show you is this dude, which is the Commando Snake Eyes that is based on his original. Pop you back there. Stay. It's based on his original look. Again, greys and blacks. It's got some pretty decent. This one's actually got some of the nicest weaponry, sort of real world weaponry. Looks pretty nice, and he is an entirely different mold from the usual standard V2 version 2, a real American hero style Snake Eyes. Now we'll have next these two, which are the 2 very slight variants of the standard release figure, and I say very slight variants. They are almost identical in every way, apart from the head has this one has a little Arashikage symbol, and on this one it does not. It was a running paint change variant technicality. The big difference of these is obviously, well, several differences. I just realised that bandolier is not a new piece. It's exactly the same piece. They've just painted a few bits onto the grenade. Silly me, I should have looked that up first. Let's pop this one down and concentrate on this one, which is exactly the same anyway. The main differences really are accessories, different weapons, different paint job, but slightly. We'll have a look at that in a second. And the back backpack where the sword fits onto, as opposed to, I mean, you could have it the other way around if you wanted to, if you didn't want to display it with a backpack. Now, quickly, while I remember this before I forget for the third time, this figure, he has his knife on his hip and he has his gun on his hip, but both of these are molded into the holster. You can't remove them, so that's effectively missing an accessory, because both of these versions, the gun is removable from the holster. It even has a separate holster piece here for his silencer, which you can remove, and the knife again comes out. Paint wise, no, they've fallen over. I find this one definitely does not like staying up. Stay. No. Do it. I command thee. Oh, he's really having none of it. There we go. So let's just have a quick, see if we can get them both into focus. So I think I do like the silver of the visor. That does look cool. The black, I mean, it's good for stealth, but it does make these versions very, very black. There's barely another colour on there. He's got some shiny black and he has some matte black, whereas it actually makes this one look, as I said, a little bit more premium because he has got some more colour on him, and he does have the G.I. Joe logos on his shoulders, which none of the other versions have. Let's just pop this one here. Stay. You can go back up here. Stay. And finally, we have the original Snake Eyes. This is the one that came out as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. He has quite a different paint scheme. He's got more greys, well, browns really, on his pants, and all of his accessories, all of the molded accessories, the various pouches and straps are all in sort of more of a browny grey plastic. And again, he has the silver visor, and yeah, he's a lot more, he's got more paint on him, or more colours on him, definitely. But again, it's exactly the same mold, it's exactly the same figure. I do like the G.I. Joe logo and the shininess of the paint on this guy. But other than that, effectively, he is once again exactly the same figure. That now means that there are, if you were to count the tiny paint difference on those two variations as variant figures, there are now 4 versions of this mold of this figure available. And there is another one about to be released, which comes with Timber, which actually the Commando one comes with Timber. Timber is Wolf, if you are unaware. So yes, final thoughts. It's a nice figure because all of them are a really nice figure. The additions of the some of the different paint apps, some of the actual extra detailing, so that they bothered to pick the studs out on his armor, which they haven't on his webbing rather, which they haven't on any of the other versions. Not even the San Diego Comic-Con version has those studs picked out. Just this one, which actually makes him. I like little details like that. They can pop a little bit more. And again, on his armor pieces, the armor is very, very shiny on the gloss parts, which is nice. But other than that, he is exactly the same figure again. Please, Hasbro, please stop. We do not need more Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes has become the Bumblebee of the G.I. Joe franchise. We now have six versions here, one of which is a movie version, so he gets a pass, one of which is a different set of armor, so he gets a pass. But that's 4 of the same figure. And I suppose one of those gets a pass because of very slight paint variation. But I mean, Snake Eyes is a cool character, everybody likes him, but please stop. We don't need another version. And had I not forgotten about my pre-order, once I had seen that it's exactly the same figure, I probably would have cancelled it. But I'm also being a bit of a completionist with the G.I. Joe figures, so yeah. Okay, well that's that. Any thoughts, any theories about what Snake Eyes figure they could do next? I'm pretty sure they're going to do a blue repaint of him to be, I think it's version 4 Snake Eyes, I forget. Yeah, so that's that. Thanks for watching. I'm going to record another video now. Goodbye.
Fingers on plastic.